Time for Footballers Unfiltered. This is the part of the podcast where you, the amazing football fans, can get in contact with us here via our email, ffp@bbc.co.uk, to ask the boys a question and get it answered from a top footballer's point of view. So this week we got a question from Emily in Bournemouth. She writes, "Hey guys, love the podcast. Congratulations on 2 good wins on the weekend. But would you rather start every game and play the full 90 but only ever assist, or come off the bench every game, but you always score?" It's a great question.
Wow.
Michail, what are you saying?
Oh, that is a great question.
Goals.
I love scoring goals. I hate being on the bench. So
Don't like assist.
That's the dilemma.
That is
That's
a
the dilemma.
But listen, I'm scoring goals every game, mate. Like them stats are unbelievable. And end of the day, when you retire, it's the goals that people see. People don't care about your assists unless you're Kevin De Bruyne. So goals.
It's true. It's a difficult one because, like, the walkout at St. James's Park before the game, you know, the noise, the crowd, you obviously miss that. Do you know what I mean? When you're sitting on the bench, you don't get to experience that. But I love scoring goals a lot more than I like assisting. So for me, 38 goal season, every game starting on the bench, I'm doing my work, but playing 20 minutes here and there. And you could say I'm doing that in a minute, but I don't like it.
So basically, she's basically offered you your job, what you're doing now. Yeah, full time. Are you doing it?
Nah, because if I was to start from the beginning, I'd score more
Be
goals.
careful. Be careful because Eddie's watching. Do you want to stay on the bench and score every game? Or do you want to assist and play 90 minutes?
I've already answered that.
What did you say? What would you say?
The viewers would already know
What
what I've said.
What did you say? I think we all missed it. Did you catch that, Rick?
No, I didn't catch it.
I didn't catch it. It didn't really.
I didn't catch it, Mikey. I don't
Man
know.
was still on the fence. Man was still on the fence. Man was
So back off the fence,
Yeah.
onto the bench, because I love scoring goals. I'm a goal scorer. You can't take away goals from me, so I've got to choose goals.
All right.
Day.
Eddie's happy on the bench.
Nah, what everyone's going to say, you're going to say this. You clown.
Super sub.
Nah,
Super sub.
don't ever call me that. Man is not that. Man is not that, ever. Super sub, you know.
Oh,
Super cow, let alone
super sub cow.
Oh, someone must be starting each week at the minute.
Oh, mate. How the tables have turned, eh? How the tables have turned.
All right, boys. Next up, we've got Strikers Union. This is where anyone who plays the game, whatever level that might be, can contact us here at FFP with their stories, videos, messages about a time they or someone they were playing with scored an absolute worldie. The boys take a look at it and see if that goal scorer is worthy of being entered into their Strikers Union. All right, so this entry has been sent in by Matt. He's got a bit of a story to go with it. He says, so it's the last home game of the season, and you want to end the season on a high, right? His team, Morpeth Town, are 3-0 down at halftime. They're having a shocker. Now, imagine you're going to spend the whole summer with no game to erase the memories of the defeat. So, strong words at halftime. The gaffer's telling them to get it sorted, get organised, at least win the second half. They get a goal, then they get another goal. It's now 3-2. Then in the 95th minute, there's a free kick out wide. The keeper goes up. You're thinking, lob the ball into the box and try and get it on his head. Well, not quite. But Morpeth Town have a little free kick routine planned out, and it works an absolute treat. Take a look at this. Have a look at this clip.
Good ball in, Sean. Good ball in. Good ball in.
Top quality moment, to be fair. 95th minute, they've scored that.
That video makes me happy, man. It's just that's what football is. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, how it's brought people together, how last minute of the game equalised. I think the other day, Coventry City had a keeper do the same thing. Unbelievable scenes. And obviously my guys from Cov, goalkeeper stepping up and all that as well. But I think, unbelievable scenes.
What I find crazy is when you set up those type of free kicks, 100% of the time, now I'm going to have to change that to 99, yeah? Percent of the time, they are putting a striker, most technical player on the field, so the ball goes to him to finish it off.
Yeah.
They've put their keeper... They've passed that ball into the keeper. Out of all the players, they had all of the 11 players they have on the field, outfield players, options to have. With that free kick, they've gone to their keeper. And you know what? He dispatched it. Unbelievable. Far corner. What's a quality finish?
Big shout out to Dan Lowson, the goalkeeper, bagging that goal. Decent finish, man. So does it make it into the Strikers Union? You've both seen the clip. You've both seen the celebrations. You've seen the execution. Does that make it in?
Yeah, I'm going to give it to him. 95th minute, pressure is on him, decent finish. I think, yeah, man, he dealt with the pressure well, so it's quality. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the execution of the finish looks one of them of a goalkeeper / ex-striker. Do you know what I mean? So he's not been good enough up front, so he's had to get pushed into goal. But he's bringing out his younger days, so we'll give it him. We'll stick him in there. And hey, well played. More puffs up this way. Obviously, another Newcastle fan. I don't think there's any West Ham fans that listen to the podcast, so they never really write in. But another Geordie scoring wonderful goals. Fantastic.
And we love getting your stories from around the world on the FFP. We got another story here sent in by Andrew Smith, nominating his pal Chris Walker. No video for this one, but it's a great story. Have a listen. So Chris organised a charity game after losing a good friend to cancer. A little five-a-side to raise a bit of money and bring some people together. And the game goes great. Fitness levels and quality may not be Premier League standard, they say, but pretty much everyone scores on the day, except for Chris, who organised it. Now, he's the person that organised the game. It's for a good cause. You want to get on the score sheet, right? But Chris just isn't bagging. Sound familiar, boys? Mikey. And everyone's noticed there's someone in the crowd who shouts out, "Oh, just let him score." The game ends and Chris hasn't scored. Now, that game has been held every single year since. And every year, Chris tried and failed to score in the matches. Now, it's a story which has become legendary amongst his group of mates. But the story ends by saying, it might have taken 10 years, but finally, Chris got his goal. So for the sheer perseverance and for organising the game in the first place, does Chris earn a place in the Strikers Union? As we said,
definitely
there's
not.
No video for this one.
I don't even need to have read more of this story. Definitely not. 100% no. There is not a chance this guy is getting in the Strikers Union. The fact he took him 10 years to score a goal, one goal, yeah, 10 years. That's a long time. That's 10 years. Oh my God. Oh God. Yeah. The fact that he's arguing with fans because he's not scoring.
Mikey, it's for charity. Mate, it's for charity, Mikey.
I can't. There's no. Yeah, it is for charity. Well done for doing it for charity, but there's no charity here, mate. Yeah? We can't do this. Because not a chance. No.
All right, that's a firm no from Mikey. Cal, what you saying?
There's no point me answering because he's already said no and it has to be a joint decision.
On the fence again.
Wow.
On the fence again.
You guys are harsh. But harsh but fair. Harsh but fair.
He's firm,
if you don't stand for something, you stand for nothing, right? The Strikers Union is elite. So that's fair. So unlucky, Chris. It took you 10 years to score, but you haven't made it into the Strikers Union. Unlucky, mate.